The rabbit's foot. Where is it?
I gave it to you.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most intense, suspenseful, and/or emotionally charged first scenes in films. We won't be including animated films, otherwise Up would be here, naturally. There will be spoilers right off the bat. Number 10, Casey Gets a Call, Scream. And the first scene of this game-changing horror film is almost a movie unto itself. Casey Becker is home alone and ready to watch a scary movie when she receives several calls. The apparent wrong number strikes up a conversation with her about horror movies.
Oh, just some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
Tension gradually rises as the caller quizzes Casey on horror films, eventually revealing her boyfriend tied up outside.
Oh, God!
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Yes.
Please don't hurt him.
That all depends on you.
After she fails to save him, Ghostface pursues and kills Casey, leaving her to be found by her horrified parents. The scene lasts about 10 minutes and it's among the most iconic in the horror genre. Number 9, Life and Death, Star Trek. Of the major sci-fi franchises, Star Trek isn't usually considered the most action-packed. However, the debut scene of this quasi-reboot film sets phasers to kill. The Federation ship, the USS Kelvin, encounters a future Romulan vessel, which quickly overwhelms them. After the captain's killed going aboard to negotiate a truce, First Officer George Kirk stays behind on the Kelvin to sacrifice himself, buying time for his pregnant wife Winona to escape, giving birth to James T. Kirk as her husband dies.
We can name him after your father.
Tiberius, you kidding me? No, that's the worst. Let's name him after your dad. Let's call him Jim.
It's a thrilling, emotionally gripping scene, full of action and heartbreak that sets the tone for this new take on the franchise.
Sweetheart, can you hear me? I love you so much. I love you.
Number 8, One Little Girl, The Matrix. Right from its intro, The Matrix blew us away. A dark green-tinged night sees a mysterious woman's phone conversation get interrupted by the approach of police and mysterious agents.
Race, police! Hands in your head! Do it! Do it now!
Trinity turns heads, and the camera, with her incredible slow-mo, gravity-defying kick and physics-warping attack on the officers meant to arrest her. The ensuing rooftop chase between her and the agent also takes a sharp turn with some truly mind-boggling leaps. The revolutionary effects, great atmosphere, and all the questions raised by the scene's events are all immediately intriguing. The chances that you won't be hooked by this intro are, much like certain spoons, non-existent.
Instead, only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
Number 7, Max is captured, Mad Max Fury Road. Fury Road steps on the gas pedal and never lets up. Max Rockatansky is minding his own business, which includes being haunted by his past and eating lizards whole, when he's set upon by Immortan Joe's war boys.
So I exist in this wasteland. A man reduced to a single instinct.
After wrecking his car, the war boys take Max to Joe's fortress. Max escapes during an involuntary branding session, evading the war boys as he tries to flee. Even his daring attempt to escape through a cliff-top door proves unsuccessful, and he's recaptured. Adrenaline-fueled and exciting throughout, this intro scene may be revving up before the real gas, but it still goes full throttle. Number 6, Rooftop Chase, Vertigo. Alfred Hitchcock was the master of suspense. Vertigo is often considered one of his best films, and one of the best films in general. That quality is evident from the get-go. The first scene sees Detective Scotty Ferguson and a fellow officer pursuing a man across the rooftops of San Francisco. Scotty fails to make a jump and is left hanging from a storm drain. His friend's attempt to help him only ends up with the man falling instead.
Give me your hand!
The scene may be short, but it leaves an impact with its moody atmosphere and the debut of the revolutionary dolly zoom camera technique that still leaves our heads spinning. Number 5, Joker's bank heist, The Dark Knight. Expectations were high for Christopher Nolan's second Batman film. The first scene lived up to and exceeded them.
I said hands up, heads down! Let's go, pal! I'm making a withdrawal here!
A group of clown-masked men hired by the Joker rob a mob bank. As they perform their specified tasks, they speculate on their employer, while also picking each other off. Eventually, only a few are left after an attack by the bank's mob manager. The penultimate robber is wise to the plan, but is killed when the bus arrives.
No. I killed the bus driver.
Bus driver? What bus driver?
Then the Joker reveals himself as the last strange survivor. The tickling of the music, the rapid series of deaths, and the iconic villain reveal make this a phenomenal start to one of cinema's greatest superhero films.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Number 4, Hartman's Tirade, Full Metal Jacket. Gunnery Sergeant Hartman addresses a group of Marine recruits. The foul-mouthed drill instructor lambastes the trainees with creative and often comedic insults, giving several of them nicknames.
You will be a minister of death, praying for war. But until that day, you are pukes. You are the lowest form of life on earth.
He's particularly hard on Leonard Lawrence, whose inability to stop smiling leads Hartman to make him choke himself.
Are you through grinning?
Sorry, yes, sir.
Bullshit, I can't hear you!
Sorry, yes, sir.
The long takes and frequent close-ups put the viewer right in the action and help make the scene even more uncomfortable. The fact that R. Lee Ermey improvised most of his dialogue is especially impressive. Equal parts comedic and terrifying, few movie openings are as famous or profane as this one.
Are you about to call me an asshole?
Sir, no, sir!
How tall are you, Private?
Sir, 5'9", sir!
5'9". I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
Number 3, The Golden Idol, Raiders of the Lost Ark. In one of cinema's most iconic openings, we follow Indiana Jones on a trek through the Peruvian jungle. He and his guide Satipo discover a trap-filled temple. Making their way through the deadly impairments, they reach a golden idol, which Indy famously attempts to remove by replacing it with a bag of sand. Unfortunately, it activates a massive boulder trap, and Satipo betrays him only to die in another trap.
No time to argue. Throw me the idol, I throw you the whip.
Give me the whip.
Adios, señor.
Indy's rival Renee Belloc steals the idol, and Indy narrowly escapes on a plane from the angry native people.
Start the engine! Get it up!
The set pieces are iconic throughout. It's both a perfect introduction to Indiana Jones and a fun miniature adventure to kick off the franchise. Number 2, Once Upon a Time, Inglourious Basterds. Nothing says intense intro quite like a nice cozy chat with the SS. In 1941, French dairy farmer La Padite is visited/interrogated by Hans Landa, a Nazi officer renowned as the Jew hunter.
Puisque nous sommes sur une exploitation laitière, je suppose sans risque de me tromper que vous avez du lait?
Oui.
Alors, je préfère du lait.
Landa is seemingly affable and erudite, but his cunning and domineering personality shines through his conversation with La Padite. Eventually, Landa confronts the farmer with the knowledge that he knows he's hiding Jewish refugees under his floorboards. La Padite is left with no option but to tearfully indicate where they are.
Adieu.
The ensuing massacre and the narrow escape by Shoshana are an explosive finish to this lengthy yet nail-biting introduction to this unconventional war film.
Au revoir, Shoshana!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Shooter, Jurassic Park. This won't end well.
Shooter! Shooter!
White House Attack, X2, X-Men United. Most badass use of Mozart ever.
Let's get him out to the car.
Exit's not clear. We don't know how many there are. Whole slide secure.
Mach 10, Top Gun Maverick. Pushing the limits in the danger zone. breakup, the social network. Like a Stairmaster or Mark Zuckerberg, this conversation escalates quickly.
It'll be because you're an asshole.
Harmonica arrives once upon a time in the West, a legendary slow burn ambush. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Chrissy's Last Swim, Jaws. Few scenes have managed to traumatize an entire generation. During a beach party, young Chrissy decides to go night swimming. While her companion struggles with drunkenness on the beach, she's far from being alone. Chrissy's soon attacked by an unseen creature below the waves, leaving her screaming in terror before she disappears below the waves, and us wondering how no one on the beach hears her. They say less is more, and director Steven Spielberg manages to use the threat of the unseen shark and some incredible John Williams music to craft one of the most frightening openings in cinema. Is there a thrilling movie opening you're shocked didn't make our list? Share your dramatic favorites in the comments.
I'm calling the police.
You should never say who's there. Don't you watch scary movies? It's a death wish.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.